that was not supposed to happen. That's what we call stall. Why that happened, you may ask? Because I dumped the clutch too early. So the first thing you need to learn when riding a bike is clutch control. We'll learn today in this first episode of Beginner to Pro Become a Better Rider. We have a special candidate for today, a smaller bike which will be perfect for this video. So keep watching. So we have a new guest with us today. She is Luna's little sister, 2022 CD 110 by Honda with nearly 52,000 kilometers on the Odo. She has a factory clutch, so they are all burnt up and makes her the perfect candidate for this tutorial. Okay, without wasting any time, let's start. Let's start by admiring how beautiful the sun looks, and then let's explain how the clutch on a motorcycle works. On a motorcycle clutch, there is this driving hub which is connected directly to the engine, and there is this drive hub which is connected to the wheel. In between there are these plates, friction plates and the pressure plates. So normally they are sandwiched together by pressure spring. When you pull the lever, the plates slightly creates a gap in between themselves that allows the engine to spin freely and the wheel to be stopped or spin freely, whatever you want. As simple as that. That's the motorcycle clutch. Now let's do the practical. Start the engine, pull the clutch in all the way, put it in first, and now don't touch the throttle. Just watch carefully how I am releasing the clutch. I'll keep releasing the lever till the point where the bike starts to move forward without touching the throttle, and then pull in. Listen how the engine sound changes. So the bike starts crawling. Again pull in. Let's see once again. I will just release the clutch a little. Bike starts to crawl forward. Too much clutch release, the bike will die. I'll pull it. What you need to do is simply practice this clutch releasing until you are comfortable with it. You know the friction zone very well and you think you can move forward to the next step. Around 10 to 15 minutes is more than enough in my opinion. So just practice this for 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, the next step is adding throttle. We'll just drop it, pull the clutch in, drop it in first, and what we will do now that we are comfortable with the clutch, we'll just open the throttle slightly. Yep, till this point. Now we know where is the friction zone. We'll just release the clutch to this point. The bike starts to move forward. Again I will just pull in the clutch and the brake. The bike will stop. Again add a little throttle. The bike wants to die because it's not serviced properly, so I'll just add a little bit more throttle. Now we'll just release the clutch ever so slightly to the friction zone and the bike starts to crawl forward. Again stop, add a little throttle, release the clutch. The bike will move forward very smoothly. You also need to practice this for around 15-20 minutes. This will build up your stationary to moving forward motion and it will be very smooth. You will learn to take off very smoothly if you practice this for 10 to 15 minutes. Now that we have learned how to smoothly take off, we need to learn how to ride smoothly. There is nothing called a sweet spot for every bike. You can't judge by the RPM numbers. The big cruisers like Royal Enfield might cruise happily around 1500 RPM and maybe want you to shift up around at 2500 RPM. But a sport bike like a KTM R690 will ask you to cruise around at 3000, 3500. That's the sweet spot of sports bike. But a bike like this, a commuter, I don't even know what's the number. I just have to feel. So on your bike, you just have to feel what's the sweet spot of the bike and just ride on the sweet spot. If you go too slow on a higher gear, your bike will end up sounding like a generator. But if you go too fast in a lower gear, then your bike will sound like a lawnmower. So how to know what's the perfect point to ride a bike? Just listen to the engine. Now I'm going in second gear and the bike is going quite smoothly, but it wants me to shift up. How do I know? See, the engine is making a bit more noise than it's going. So the bike is going in average speed at 20 kilometers per hour, but the engine is vibrating too much and the noise is too much. So I'll just add one more gear. Now it's okay. Oh my god, the smoke. Now it's sounding right. And then if I slow down, there should be a speed breaker around here. Yeah. So let's just slow down here and then try to go in fourth. See, the bike stalled because I was in too high gear and low speed. Even in third, you can hear a knocking sound coming from the engine. The engine is struggling too much. So this will add unnecessary stress in your engine, and you will end up with bad pistons and all, and a burnt pocket. So yeah, the optimal range is when you feel the bike is comfortable, nothing else. The warning I should add here, most people, what they do, they are too lazy. So let's say I have to slow down here, they'll just slow down and then pull the clutch. Okay, let's try that again. Let's say I have to slow down here, they'll just slow down, and when trying to accelerate, they will hear the engine knocking. So they'll just pull the clutch, accelerate, slip the clutch and go. That's the worst practice you can do on any bike. What this does, this slips the clutch, and slipping the clutch means unnecessary hit, and your clutch plates will burn out very quickly. Also, they will burn a hole in your pocket. So don't be lazy, just drop a gear like I did right now and cruise in the optimal range. And remember, the clutch must be at two positions at any given time, either fully released or fully engaged. When I'm stopping, let's say I'm stopping here, the clutch is fully engaged. So these are the two options you have with a clutch, either it's fully pressed or it's fully released. Don't do half clutch like this, you will burn your clutch. Alright, this was all for today's video. In this series we will learn much more things like how to safely filter through traffic, how to safely ride at night, and many more things. Till then, stay safe, wear your helmet, wear your jackets, gloves and boots. Remember, gears are the most important thing. In a crash, the gears are the things that will save you. Thank you.